Next is Cathy Fike. Cathy will be reading Harry McHarry and the Big Blue Monster by Bright Coming's daughter. Bright, please forgive me if I butchered your last name. So I'll give a little bit introduction here. Cathy Fike will be reading this from a book written by Bright Coming's daughter Ryana. Ryana is a 7-year-old and is in the second grade. She lives in Omaha, Nebraska, and loves playing the piano, reading, and writing. The book Raina wrote is available on Amazon and includes the following online reviews. Harry McHarry is the little boy who has a birth defect he made fun of all the time. He eventually turns out to be the one who can save all the kids in his town, including the ones who made fun of him. With Harry in town, the big blue monster has no chance. Here to read an expert from the book in Cathy Fike's reading, Ryan Commings, Harry McHarry, and Blue Big Monster. The floor is yours, Cathy.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Harry McHarry and the Big Blue Monster by Raina Coming. The kids in Greenville Town loved their neighborhood so much that they affectionately called it G-Town. There was one interesting kid in G-Town. He was born with so much hair over his whole body, feet, and even his face. He was the first baby in G-Town to be born with a beard. He was named Harry, and his parents loved him very much. They fondly called him Harry McHarry. Although G-Town was a great place, most of Harry's days at school were not that great. He was picked on by the bigger kids for being too hairy. Harry started to feel that he was the only one in G-Town who felt sad. There was always discord between him and the bullies. He even thought about quitting altogether. On one specific day, Harry was very sad and came home in tears. The bullying and teasing were so bad that Harry swore to his parents he was not going back to the school again. His mom's attempts to lift his spirits did not work either. Harry blurted out, "I am a terrible person. Nobody likes me." His mom gently reminded him that he had greatness within. She really believed that Harry will be a great person in the future. In the nights after, something strange happened in G-Town. Kids were disappearing at night. All the people in G-Town became really scared. Parents started to sleep with their kids in the same bed to protect them through the night. They also put extra locks on the doors for safety. Most of the parents were still too worried to fall asleep. After staying awake for a while, a few of them eventually fell asleep. To their surprise, their children were nowhere to be found the next morning. The town folks decided that the only way to protect themselves was a 24-hour surveillance of the town. All the parents signed up to keep watch in turns. The first night of watch produced a big surprise. The watchers were engulfed in fear and trembling when a big blue silhouette of a monster appeared out of thin air. They started to run helter-skelter, trampling over each other and making it difficult for anyone to escape the sight of the monster. To their amazement and relief, the monster was not interested in any of them. The monster exclaimed, "I am here for your kids, ha 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 ha." Many kids disappeared that night. There was so much sadness and pandemonium in G-Town. The next night, the big blue monster came for his usual child kidnapping campaign. His first stop was Harry McHarry's house. Harry's parents were up just like any worried parent. They begged the monster to take them and leave Harry alone. The monster laughed it off and zoomed past them straight into Harry's room. Something strange happened next. The monster screamed as soon as he saw Harry. He started running for his dear life. The hunter was now being haunted. He ran so fast that his legs almost fell off from his silhouette. What just happened? What did Harry do to the poor big blue monster? It was obvious that the monster was afraid of Harry's beautiful hair. From that night, Harry became the gatekeeper of G-Town. The soldiers in the town also mobilized a search for the missing kids. They were no longer afraid of the big blue monster because they had Harry McHarry. With Harry leading the troops, they discovered that the monster had hidden all the kids in his house somewhere in the dense forest. Harry comforted the kids and directed the soldiers to take them back to G-Town. After the people of G-Town, all the people of G-Town and other neighboring towns sang his name, Harry McHarry the Great, the conqueror of the big blue monster. The end.
Thanks.